Okay, this is number 8, part B from chapter 9.1. And here we're talking about population proportions in this chapter and trying to estimate them. We're doing that from a sample, right? Where that's the inferential technique, is to use a sample information about a sample to gauge what's going on in a population. And so part A tells us that about 18.3% of the people in the sample have donated blood in the past 2 years. And we're going to use an inferential technique to figure out a confidence interval around that estimate for the actual population proportion. But first, we need to verify 2 requirements. That's in order to use this inferential technique. Okay. And so the student was wondering, how do I compute this n times p hat times 1 minus p hat? And that's just really a matter of plug and chug. So n is the sample size. That's 2,307. So if I just pull up a calculator, and 2,307, I multiply that times the population proportion. Sorry, not the point estimate, 0.183. Times 0.183. And then I'm going to multiply that times really the complement of the point estimate. Okay. So I get 344.921, but they asked us to round it to 3 decimal places. We're going to round up and do 0.922. 344.922. Okay, which is greater than or equal to 10. So this number needs to be greater than or equal to 10, which is true, so that we pass the first requirement. Now the second requirement is that, right, the sample size is supposed to be less than or equal to 5% of the population size. Okay, that's so that our sample, if our sample gets too big, it messes with this technique. Our sample is not so much a sample as it's much closer to the actual population size. Okay. So now let's just check to make sure we've got the right answer. Okay. So that's how you do part B. I hope that helps a little bit. Now part C, you're going to construct the actual confidence interval. And there's good tutorials on my page about how to use StatCrunch to do that. This was just geared towards part B.